Well, I haven't talked to people in a while. We have Netanyahu coming from Israel today, and all kinds of protests and screaming in the name of Allah. And you have Jews out there, who say that they don't stand with that particular Israel because they are not Zionists and all that. Guy out there painted up in war paint. I mean, all he was doing was talking about love. We're here, we're gathered because of love. And I'm sitting here with my cat, and my cat's up scratching the screen, and I'm just observing it because biblically I want to see and hear the importance of some of the things Netanyahu had to say. And whatever he has to say about Iran is scriptural. It is. All right? Remember, God said, I will raise up the Medes. And I believe that's Isaiah 17 or something, I'm not going to look for that for you right now. But he raises them up, and they take out the Saudi Arabia, the western coast, from Tamar to Dedan. And that includes Mecca, because they also have, differences. One's a Sunni, one is a Shia. So that's important for us to check out that are waiting for Christ, because to live this life without Him and the knowledge of Him and what He has accomplished for us is ridiculous. I ride out on my bike and I sing songs, by Frank Sinatra and stuff, and make fun of them. But what good is it to live this life and not have a chance to move on? And of course, we live 70 years or 100 and sometimes. And what do we gain? I mean, I've gained, wow, I've gained immensely. I still scare people, but I've gained immensely from all my struggles and everything that I've been through and still go through. And there's always, that spirit that would like to cast doubt and tell you that all your waiting and wondering and hoping and praying is in vain. No, it's not in vain. You can have your dark moments. I don't know about you, but I've been in some pretty dark tunnels recently, and they come and go. It's like like a cloud that clouds you, and you don't hear His voice. You don't hear God. You pray, He doesn't answer your prayers according to your will. But you look around, and I see what He does do for me, and what this life has provided for me, and wow, like I used to say when I was younger, I'm like the luckiest guy that there is on planet Earth. I mean, unreal. So, you're watching Fox News. My older brother made me get into that crap. And that's like reading the Inquirer. I just look at online. I have a big computer and big screen. I look online. I just look at the captions and, what they write about the article. Not the article itself. And I don't really care. It's junk. And what they did was they said that Netanyahu, right? He kind of attacked the agitators. Over and over, they kept doing that. Now, I saw the whole thing, and I said, well, let me sit through this and see what happens. And not once did he attack the people outside that were protesting. Not once. And that's what the headlines were saying. Okay? So if I go over to here, let me swing over to Fox News real quick. And hang on, little kitty. I got a new little kitty. And, you're not seeing the headlines stay. In fact, they wouldn't let you watch some of them. You had to pay for it. And they took them off. See? Here's one of them. Ready? Netanyahu tears into anti-Israel agitators as a squad member Tlaib, whatever her name is, silently protests. Bullshit. He come over and talked about Iran and where they're at. And I think that's something you ought to all pay attention to, because biblically, the land of Shinar. Zechariah 5, they have the flying scroll, okay, that consumes the home. You got to study. And I don't want to do that study for you. A lot of guys are proud to do that study for you and then sell you their stupid book. Well, you shouldn't be buying books from people. You just read the New Testament, devour the New Testament, stay with it, and then go in the Old Testament and check out the scriptures that are there regarding, Ezekiel 38, 39, Habakkuk. I mean, there's so many scriptures you can look at. But remember, it's the revelation that was given by the Lord himself. And John would write that down, word for word. And that is a book you're not supposed to mess with. That one tells us, just like Jesus said in Matthew 24, when this stuff starts happening, get the heck out of town. Don't go in the house and get anything. Flee to the hills, okay? Get out of there. And in Revelation, that's exactly what takes place, and this Antichrist moves in. Now, we're seeing the uniting of the Islamic nations. That's what we're seeing. Now, I still think Iran's not the leader of that stuff. I still see it coming from the original Ottoman Empire, Erdogan, and Turkey, because that is the king of the north. See it? And the kings of the east always also gather, remember? So you have, two waves. And that is not Armageddon. Armageddon is Jesus beating them up, period. And that's it. And mankind is crazy enough to go against them. And all the armies of the world gather against him. My prayer was always that America wouldn't have a part in that. But then again, I haven't been proud to be American for a long time, though I love the people in my area. And if I was anywhere else, I would make friends with the people in my village. That's how it is, man. I mean, that's how it really is. I just watch my paycheck go because I have a home and on a disability, and that's the way it goes. So I sell a lot of things to survive, and, I can bathe, I can eat. I can play guitar and nobody will bother me. I can do what I want. And, that's okay if you want to call that freedom. But I got a friend in the Philippines, they ain't doing so well, and their house looks better than mine. And they have a better scenery. So, I don't know why they want money. Anyway, my brother got me into Fox News. And lately, over the past few years, I've been looking at it like, this is, I think, the Inquirer magazine, 20, 30, 40 years ago, was better, even though it was, an alien had a baby with a frog, and it became a human, and it had 6 heads. That's that kind of thing. It makes more sense. So you'll see me post pictures of a bullfrog, right? Oh, my kitties or something really natural God made. Okay? We're waiting for the lion to lay down with the lamb. That stuff ain't happening. It ain't happening. As far as us being violent enough to take people out and to take vengeance on other people, that is to become them. And everybody thinks that that's normal and that's okay. It's not okay. Not okay. This world is not okay. No, I'm not Amish, and I have been in war, and a lot of guys have been in short-term war situations, but I have had a chance to really see America for what it is, and the people the way they are, and we can have both good and evil. And I don't think we're Babylon. We're not Babylon, but we sure are Babylon, So, you watch that Netanyahu thing, and then you watch all the reruns of the protests, and they're praising Allah, and they're cutting up Israel, and they're talking about love, while they're stomping on Netanyahu's head. Now, that was bread and puppet back in the 60s, man. You know, it's hippie stuff, you know. You saw it in Easy Rider. That's one of the first ones you saw. But that stuff was going around here in Vermont and all around. They used to call it bread and puppet, doing political satire publicly in parades and all kinds of stuff. But I'd say don't mess with any of them. Step outside of all of it and look forward to a life beyond this life, which is the next phase of Earth, where the resurrection takes place, before Armageddon. So, anyway, that's my take on the news. You know, Fox will call CNN, MNS, SBC, whatever the fuck it is. And I don't really care. People on The View, they're out of their brains, but they're also well-liked. You know, and that's the way this world always has been. I mean, the people that are well-liked, you know, they're well-liked by somebody. So, they're not well-liked by me, just like an observer. So, hey, we got ragweed going, man. I just got off my bike, you know what I'm saying? And I'm as natural as can be. I don't say follow me. You'll only see 1 or 2 views, or maybe 4, on anything that I post, unless it's totally, you know, about some actor or about some politician or some kind of satire that does. What if you don't know about any of that and you live life, you know, in the trees, man, with the creatures that were created and are as intended? You and I are not as intended that I can see, because we have to be reconstructed in our thinking. And that's what Paul meant by being born again. And that was to absorb, especially everything you could, about those disciples that walked with Yeshua, the one who came, who Jehovah was inside reconciling the world to himself. The exact representation of the invisible God. So, all praise and glory to Yeshua and the Father, who has somehow, I don't know how, is one with him. They are one. And we're thinking one. Oh, we're all together on an idea. We're one. You know, we don't even have... We can't comprehend, you know, the stars. You go up in Vermont and you park your bike in the middle of nowhere, and it's like the universe. I can touch it. You know, he's going to make it go away. You know, I wish he'd make Fox News go away. You know, everybody's just on some political trip. My job as a human being, as a brother in Christ, as they say, is just to help people along the best I can, and throw them a rope when they need a rope, and do the best I can to live in accordance with how we would like me to live, even though I'm polluted by all the crap that all of us grew up with here in America, and I'm definitely polluted. So, I say, if you know Jesus, you know that you are miserable, wretched, blind, and naked